When I first heard this name, it was a Mowaa. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are therefore constrained to throw light on the lingering controversy surrounding the museum called Museum of West African Arts, which Mowaa was originally conceived as Benin Royal Museum. Did you all know that? Originally, before my coronation in 2016, my grandfather, Obazee II, my father, Obazee, and I, by the grace of God now, Obazee II, have been known to be canvassing for the return of our looted artifacts by the British in 1897. Some were returned by the British government during my grandfather's reign, and my grandfather sang a song and danced to it in appreciation and happiness. To which, in honor of my grandpa, I also now do the same song and dance whenever an artifact is returned. As if it is a kind of mysterious way to summon the return of other artifacts out there to come home. That song. Yes, home, to be housed in the proposed Benin Royal Museum. Not anywhere else. Some were returned during my father's reign. This was well celebrated during the former governor's comrade Oshomoli's administration, who joined the palace to receive the artifacts. As a diplomat, I carried on the struggle of my fathers for the return of the artifacts to the palace to far corners of the globe, because I was fortunate to serve my country in several countries. I presented my letters of credence to the King of Sweden, King of Norway, and Queen of Denmark, and President of Finland, President of Angola, President of Rome, and Albania, Republic of Albania. I invited Godwin Obaseki shortly after he was sworn in 2017. I intimated him of how much my father and I had been fighting for the return of the stolen artifacts. I solicited for his collaboration, being the new governor of the state and I the new Oba on the throne. He promptly agreed to support this effort. On my second coronation anniversary, he was called to make some remarks and surprised everyone when he informed us that he had been meeting with the Benin Dialogue Group, some museums, and international donors who were already cooperating with him for the setting up of the Benin Royal Museum, and that he has invited them to Benin for the next meeting. He then said he couldn't see any better coronation anniversary gift he could give to me than that. Everyone applauded him, but somehow I was not so excited. I had a bad feeling about it. Instead of me to be jumping for joy, I had a bad feeling about it, as if something was wrong or going to go wrong. I'm sure my ancestors were prompting me not to believe the story. Then there was silence after that. Silence from Governor Obaseki. COVID-19 came in and complicated issues. During the period of COVID-19, I believe the evil, the plan, the bad plan, evil plan was also being perfected. Perhaps that was the period now found out that a lot of money is coming with the artifacts to the palace, and they decided to divert it to their own pockets. Suddenly, I saw that they co-opted my eldest son into their conspiracy because they felt they would see him as the Crown Prince of Benin. If they see him as the Crown Prince of Benin, that would prove that they are collaborating with the palace. And if they dragged him along with them, they would have succeeded in convincing international donors, particularly Germany, that they are collaborating with the palace. But I didn't send him there. For avoidance of doubt, the German government et al. And others, who did not even understand our traditions and did not care to come to the source to find out for reasons best known to them, perhaps because they were also having interests of their own in the artifacts. They would have found out that the eldest son of the Oba of Benin is not automatically the Crown Prince of Benin, even though our system of succession is based on the principle of primogeniture, until his father, the reigning Oba, pronounced him so and direct him to Uselu to preside over Uselu as the Dakin of Uselu. Or until then, he is regarded as just the first prince or senior prince in Benin. They will say Oko no Hua. It will be recalled that during the time of your predecessor in office, I suggested to him that the Edo State government should support the Oba of Benin in the pursuit of the return of the artifacts and the building of the Benin Royal Museum. This was duly agreed to by the erstwhile Governor Godwin Obaseki, in conjunction with the National Commission for Museums and Monuments. I gave several referral letters to the then DG, Director General Abbas Tijani, for him to be able to negotiate with different museums in Europe and America. Surprisingly, I was no longer put in the picture of the pursuit of these artifacts and the support for the building of the Benin Royal Museum. Several agreements were signed by the then Director General of the NCMM on behalf of the Oba of Benin, which I never saw up to now. Tijani Abbas and Godwin Obaseki conspired against the palace of the Oba of Benin and started building what they called a Dome Museum of West Africa as a Mowaa. I was never put in the picture anymore. It was very sad to me. It was later made known that the finance for the Mowaa, which they were building, was actually gotten from foreign donors who were made to believe that the Benin artifacts that will be returned will be housed in the Benin Royal Museum. The structure that is standing there was actually supported by foreign donors and the goodwill of the Oba of Benin to build the Benin Royal Museum. The so-called Mowaa is not the state government, it's not the state government project. It is a project that is meant to house the Benin bronzes in the museum known as the Benin Royal Museum. I have to keep on re-emphasizing this. I am therefore in support of my people who came out a few days ago to protest against Mowaa opening of any sort. I therefore urge the state government to ensure that the Mowaa structure, which is under probe by the Edo State House of Assembly, is fully investigated and the source of finance and ownership made known. Your Excellency, for the information of the general public, the foreign donors are actually seeing this Mowaa structure as Benin Royal Museum. And I urge Your Excellency to let it be so. Your Excellency, distinguished Governor of Edo State, please, this was like my appeal to President Buhari in his private party that he had. I appealed to him with the president now, the former minister of Lai Mohammed, Minister of Arts and Culture, or some president, and all the key, the movers and shakers of the country were present. And I appealed to him, Mr. President, you have done so much to support us in Edo State, particularly the royal family, the Royal Court of Benin. As much as you have done, there are some people still scheming to reloot our artifacts. Please, Mr. President, don't let them reloot our artifacts. I'm appealing to His Excellency too. Please stop the opening of the Mowaa because it is fraught with greed, deceit, and mischief, and lack of transparency. I cannot end this without expressing deep appreciation to the former President Muhammad Buhari, GCFR, who is late now, very good friend of the family of Edo State, who understood completely the need to recognize and support the ownership of the bronzes, of the Benin bronzes, and also thank his successor, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, as he openly said when he came to the palace, that he is not a stranger to this palace for supporting and pledging to build the Benin Royal Museum. And of course, Akbakomiza, who God and our ancestors brought to rescue otherwise rather toxic situation in the state in general and in Benin in particular. Most of all, as I said at the beginning, God is the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. All glory be to God. Long live Edo State government, long live Federal Republic of Nigeria, and God bless you all.